Just into the THV11 newsroom, Arkansas State Police tell us that they are involved in a standoff with a barricaded suspect in Duval's Bluff. That's in Prairie County, and we're still working on details, but can confirm there is a heavy police presence. For that reason, police are asking you avoid the area. We don't know if there are any injuries or deaths in this incident. We will provide updates as they come in on air and online at THV11.com. Well, clouds are making their way across the natural state. I'm Mackailyn Johnson in for Journey Taylor, who has the rest of the week off. Now let's go to meteorologist Nathan Scott for a first check on today's weather impact. Nathan?
Good afternoon, Mackailyn. We have some clouds out there. Those clouds have been billowing up. It looks like a Florida day just because we have so much moisture in the atmosphere. But right now it's dry here in Little Rock. Different story just down to the south and southeast. Live radar shows a solid area of rain continuing to fall from Pine Bluff and down to the south. Nothing going on here in Saline County, Pulaski County, or Lono County at this time, but that chance will be there as daytime heating continues. We'll have that opportunity of a pop-up shower storm. Steady rain, though, falling from Jefferson County, Cleveland County, Lincoln County, Star City, Fordyce, all the way down through Monticello, Snow Hill, El Dorado. And some of that rain is heavy at times, so that rain could add up to certainly a few inches. Watch out for maybe some minor flash flooding issues in that part of the state. Here's future radar showing the potential. The best chance of showers and thunderstorms will continue to be for locations to the south and southeast of Little Rock. But here in central Arkansas and the rest of us, be prepared. There could be a spotty shower or thunderstorm. That certainly is a possibility. Look at the difference in temperatures. Where the clouds are locked in place, you're into the 70s. Monticello, Camden, where there's more sun, it's up to 87 in Fort Smith and 84 in Clinton. So temperatures are going to be all over the road across the state. Upper 70s in southeast Arkansas. I think here in the metro will warm up into the mid, possibly upper 80s. The weekend is knocking at our doorstep. I'll let you know if this chance of showers and storms will continue coming up.
Nathan, thank you. Well, class is back in session today, a bit earlier than usual for an Arkansas school district. Summer has officially ended for the Hampton School District as they rang in their first day in the middle of July. This comes after a major change to the academic calendar. They now work under the year-round or early start calendar option. We spoke with the superintendent, who tells us the district is excited for this new approach to learning. The goal to improve attendance and get more students engaged with more breaks throughout the year.
What it really boils down to is what we were doing wasn't working for this community. It wasn't showing the results we wanted. In before's model, we planned for the whole school year and then things change. Kids need something more, but we don't have a plan for that. And now we'll be able to plan as we go and change our plan when we need to for each individual student.
Now, if the plan doesn't have enough positive change by the end of the year, the district says they'll happily return to the drawing board. And at the collegiate level, Lyon College is breaking ground on their brand new dental school. It'll be the first of its kind in the state, going up in Little Rock's Riverdale neighborhood. THV11's Carter Thweet is working to bring you new details tonight at 5 and 6. And now turning to one of our most viewed stories on THV11.com, new changes are headed to Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock with hopes of attracting more attention. We recently learned the mall is planning to put in a new sit-down restaurant and a craft brew pub. It doesn't stop there. We're learning there's a complete list of potential tenants looking to open shop. According to the mall's general manager, community and entertainment are their main focus areas.
New passerbys can come in and see, all the small businesses that we have, ongoing entertainment with marketing events, monthly with health and wellness initiatives, as well as family and kid-friendly events, all throughout the year.
Now you can expect those upgrades later this year as city leaders say they look forward to seeing the new changes. And something else that'll soon see new upgrades is Saracen Casino in Pine Bluff. Casino owners telling us they expect major boost to the economy when it's all said and done. If you've been out there recently, you can't ignore the cranes moving things into place. We're told anticipation is on the rise as the resort inches closer to being done. According to casino management, they're making swift progress.
Every time I come to work, it seems like something's changed. We're going up with a new floor about every 9 days, weather permitting, 14 days at the max.
The new event center portion plans to welcome headliners, and the hotel will give guests a stay without having to travel far. Casino management tell us they expect it to be done fall of 2025. Well, this afternoon, the Attorney General is heavily monitoring a business purchase in Fort Smith after suspecting ties to the Chinese Communist Party. The Arkansas Secretary of Agriculture sent a letter voicing concern over the company 4811 South Zero Street LLC. The reasoning for the raised red flags is because the name used for the purchase is also registered as the actual address of the facility. If ties to China are discovered, the business would be in direct violation of state law and would be forced to leave Arkansas.
Any sort of action, especially in a place like that, when you're dealing with air assets, those aircraft are incredibly expensive. If you take an entity that could undermine and cripple one of those technologies or an asset, it could be extremely devastating.
Now, Governor Sanders did issue a statement on the matter. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission is working to improve water conditions across the state with hopes of creating a better overall environment. Now, if you visit places like Nimrod Lake, you'll notice the water is partially drained. The reason is because Game and Fish flew over the lake earlier this year, dropping millet seeds into the mud. It's all part of the Blue Mountain Project, which will help wildlife in a number of ways.
It'll clean up water quality in the lake and everything. With all that vegetation filters throughout it'll filter water, and the water quality will improve and everything.
Now, there are no more droppings planned since the commission says it takes a lot to plan these things out. In Little Rock, a new baby box is officially open and ready to be used if needed. Wednesday, the city unveiled the 25th box to be introduced in the state. What it does is offer parents a safe option for surrendering their child. And we're learning first responders will be there in the event the box gets used.
So it means everything for this community, that we're staffed in the case of their emergencies, and then in the event that this was to happen here, that someone was able to surrender a child.
Now, the baby box can be found at the East End Fire Department in Little Rock. Time now 12:08. Vice President Kamala Harris on the ground running hours after President Joe Biden addressed the country. Natalie Brand is in Washington with new details on where the campaign is headed with the president stepping aside.
My fellow Americans.
In his Oval Office address, President Biden says it's time to pass the torch, saying Vice President Kamala Harris is the clear choice to take the job.
She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable.
The president spoke for just 11 minutes, but called on Americans to preserve democracy. He said he reveres his job, but loves his nation more.
There is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now.
He also outlined goals for his final 6 months in office.
They'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy. I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose.
Vice President Harris watched the speech from the campaign trail. Today, she's speaking at a teachers' convention in Houston.
We have a new victim to defeat, Lion Kamala Harris.
In his first campaign rally since President Biden stepped aside, former President Trump went after his likely opponent's record.
Lion Kamala Harris has been the ultra-liberal driving force behind every single Biden catastrophe. She is a radical left lunatic who will destroy our country.
As Trump steps up his attacks of Harris and her record in California, the vice president Thursday released her first campaign video called "We Choose Freedom." Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Well, the Olympic Games will soon get up and underway, but there's some speculation surrounding athletes' pay. The Verify team has the answers just ahead of the break. Nathan?
Mackailyn, it's a soggy Thursday in southeast Arkansas. Meanwhile, the rest of us off to the north and west will primarily see a dry day with about a 30% chance of a pop shower storm here in the metro. Even less chance the farther north and west that you are. I'll have another look at live radar and talk about some brutal heat headed in our direction next week.